Hello and welcome everyone to this special series, and I'm sure all of you have seen this set already and try to solve also. If not, you still have got time. I'm just getting aside, and on a reverse count of 5 you are supposed to pause your video or take a screenshot, but try to solve this question on your own first, and after that we shall solve it together, right? There are 5 questions based on this information which are there in the further slides, and that I will show you afterwards, right? So just see this information and try to decipher it correctly on your own first. Your time starts now. Okay, I'm back. So I hope that you have solved it and tried at least. Let's see and solve it together. It says directions for question 1 to 5. Answer this question on the basis of information find below. Now 4 players, Tarun, Varun, Karun, Arun. Okay, we can see that they are similar sounding words, right? What do they call? Homonyms, right? They call homonyms. So I guess so. Yeah, homophones, I guess, maybe, which is same sounding. So homophones. Anyway, so but their initials are different, TVKA, right? So we can just use those words only. Now they participated in 3 different games labeled 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 4 players, they are playing 3 different games, 1, 2 and 3. And in each game, every player scored a distinct number of points. In each game, every player in each game. So in game number 1, let's say there are 4 players, all the 4 players are playing that game. So in game number 1, so each player scored a distinct number of points. So everyone got a different points. That's it, right? And chosen from 10, 20, 30, 40, though not necessarily in that order. Fine. So that is true for each of the 3 games. So in game 1, all the 4 persons, all the 4 players, they have got different values, different scores, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40 in whatever order. Same in game 2 also, game 3 also. Fine so far. So basically we can have a game 1, game 2, game 3 and TVKA, their initials. So it's 3 by 4 table, right? Let's do that. And let's make it here only. So I'm writing the names there, the TVKA, these are the 4 players initials, and they're going to participate, they're going to play 4 games, 3 games, which are labeled as 1, 2 and 3. So game number 1, game number 2, and finally game number 3. That's it, right? So this is sort of table we are supposed to fill, and we know that what values they are getting, what points they are getting. They're getting distinct number of points chosen from 10, 20, 30, 40. So in every column, these 4 values would be filled in certain order as we need to read further. Fine so far? ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now, at the end of the 3 games, the total points of each player were calculated. So for each player, basically this total was calculated, right? Now, the player with the highest total was declared the winner, rank 1. That's quite obvious. ठीक है? So it's a normal routine, though whoever is getting the highest total score, that is rank 1. The next highest scorer was first runner, that is rank 2. And next was 3, and the player with the lowest score was 4. Okay. In the normal order as we normally play. So whoever is getting the highest score is ranked as first. Who is getting the lowest score, lowest total, will be having the last rank, that is 4th rank, lowest rank. Okay. The following conditions describe the scoring details. Okay. So there are certain points mentioned here, so which are telling that how did they score in these 3 games. So let's read out. So first point says the only player who ranked higher than Varun. Achha, by the way, before I read further, can you tell me what do you infer from this? It says the only player who ranked higher than Varun. Can you say something about Varun? It says that there is only one player which ranked higher than Varun. तो वरुण से ऊपर एक ही प्लेयर है, तो वरुण कौन सी पोजीशन पे है? It's second position, right? So Varun is certainly at the second position. There's only one person, there's only one player which is ranked higher than Varun, right? Now who that is, we don't know right now. And that this person, the only player who ranked higher than Varun, scored same number of points in the first and the third game. Okay, so this person is having same score in first and third game. Okay, so but who this person is, we don't know, so let's keep it pending, right? I'm not ticking it, so it is still pending. Let's move further. Now Varun scored 40 points in the second game. Okay, so Varun scores 40 points in the second game. Remember, 40 is the highest point, by the way, in the second game. So this is 40. And as all of you know, agar sari statements ऐसी ही होती, if there had been all statements just like this one, this is the easiest set, right? So, but it is not going to be the case. Certainly, we need to check various cases possible. Anyhow, so this second point we have exactly filled. So, no need to see it again. So, I am putting a tick here, right? Okay, let's see the third point. It says no player scored a distinct number of points across 3 games. No player, that means for any player, no one is there who may have scored distinct number of points across all the 3 games. That means whose all these 3 values are different. There is no such player. It means कि तीनों values different नहीं होने वाली हैं. There are going to be certain some same values, right? There are going to be some same values. Maybe 2 are same or maybe all 3 are same, right? So, but all 3 can't be different. That has been mentioned in this point now. I hope it is very clear. So, we will keep this in mind that all 3 values can't be same. The 3 values can't be x, y, z like that. This is not allowed. This is not allowed. That all 3 values are different. It is not allowed. Okay. Next point says no player scored the same number of points in all the 3 games. तीनों में same हो, that is also not allowed. So, इसमें भी z number of points are there, z points are there, z points are there. That is also not allowed. So, what is allowed in that case? Can you info what is allowed? All 3 are different, not allowed. All 3 are same, that is also not allowed. What else is possible? Yes, 2 same and third different, right? Now, which is that third? That order could be any, but certainly 2 scores must be same and the remaining score must be different from those earlier 2 same scores, right? So, in a way, I can say maybe x, x, and let's say y, right? Now, order could be any, So, but x, x, and y, right? Because all 3 different, not allowed. All 3 same is not allowed. So, 2 same and 1 different, yes, that should be the case. So, this is the situation. We need to fill for each of the 3 players as confirmed from both of these points combined. Okay? So, that's it. So, that's the information was there. We have only 1 point left. Let's see it. It says Varun's total score was 40 points more than Arun's. Okay, let's first write that information. So, Varun's total score was 40 more than Arun. So, let me write here only. So, Varun minus Arun I can say is 40, isn't it? Varun is, how much extra Varun is from Arun. So, Varun minus Arun, their score, their difference is 40, right? So, we are talking about the total scores. So, the difference of these 2 values should be 40. That has been mentioned in this first part. And also it says, and Tarun's total was higher than Karun's. That means T, that total for T is more than Karun's. That is K. Fine, that's it. So, that also we have mentioned here. So, no need to read this further. Let's cancel this. This first point is still remaining, but let's first infer that V minus A is 40. So, of course, V is more than A or A is smaller value. A cannot be having a higher rank than T because A is having less amount. Okay. Now, T is more than K. So, among T and K, one must be, one could be there who is at the first position. It means both T and K cannot be higher than V. And if one of them is going to be about at the rank 1, basically, it could be T only, isn't it? So, clearly T must be rank 1. And these 2 are 3 and 4, which are at what position, that we don't know. But certainly first position must be occupied by this T, that is Tarun. So, that we have inferred from this information. We are still left with the first point where it mentioned the only player who ranked higher than Varun, that is rank 1. That means we are talking about Tarun. We got to know this person, right? So, the only player who ranked higher than Varun, that is this T, scored same number of points in first and third game. That means these 2 values are going to be same. Is that okay? So, these 2 values are going to be same. So, we have read all the points now. Nothing else is remaining. Fine. Okay. Now, the case will begin. I don't need to see any of these points now. So, I am standing here, right? So, you can't complain to me, sir, aap aage ad gaye hain. Main aage nahi ho raha hu. Whatever information was there, that we have already written. These 2 are the first and second position. And this is the further information remaining. V minus A is 40 and T is more than K. So, that is confirmed. T is having the first position. Okay, now we know that one information you remember, this is also the constraint we need to remember, that 2 numbers must be same and 1 must be different, right? Which 2 are same, that we don't know right now, by the way. So, that we need to see. Okay, what to do now? What next? One more thing you should always keep in mind, that sum of the 4 scores in any of the game is simply 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40. These are the 4 numbers we are supposed to fill here, isn't it? So, 10, 20, 30, 40, how much it comes out to be? 100, right? So, 100, 100, 100, total is 300. So when combined, the combined score is certainly 300. So game 1 plus game 2 plus game 3, the total score of the 3 games combined is 300, right? 100 each, 100 each, right? Now, how the points have been distributed, that we don't know right now. We need to identify that. But the total is certainly 300. Why we are talking about this? There's one very important thing. If this sum is 100, 100, 100, that is total 300. Let me write here. This sum is 100. This sum is also 100. This sum is also 100. That's how we are getting the total sum is 300. So same way, when we are going to add the individual total of all the players, that sum should also be 300. Yes or no? It's quite obvious. Okay, what else we can infer from this? Yes, can you say something about the total combined score of these first two rankers? Can you say something about that? Let's try to think. अगर हम इन दोनों की बात कर रहे हैं तो इन दोनों का स्कोर 300 के हाफ से तो ज्यादा ही होगा ना. It should be certainly more than half of this value, right? What is half of this? 150, right? So if it is 150, then this will also be 150. But in that case, ये rank 1 and 2 नहीं रह पाएंगे because we know that their totals are different. Remember, all are having different ranks, rank 1, 2, 3 and 4. There's no tie at any point. So everyone is having a different total value. So clearly, this sum of these two should be more than 150. Do you agree with this? Yes, it should be more than 150. Acha, can we have some further information? Can we have some further information? This is more than 150, that is fine. But can we have some further information regarding some of these two? Yes, there's very important clue. If you see this one, V minus A is 40, right? V minus A is 40. Let's for the time being just divide 150, 150 each. I know that it should be more than 150. We are trying to infer something more. Because of this information, what we can say? V minus A is 40. अगर दोनों 150 150 ही होते तो इट इज क्वाइट पॉसिबल वी और के बराबर ही रहे हों, लेकिन ये 40 का गैप क्रिएट करना है. हाउ इज दैट पॉसिबल? दैट मींस इस टोटल 150 में से 20 निकाल के ऊपर डालने पड़ेंगे तभी तो 40 का डिफरेंस क्रिएट हो पाएगा ना. दैट मींस this value of this v plus t plus v, that's first two, certainly must be at least 20 more than 150. That means more than 170. It should be more than 170, right? So if this is more than 170 and then this would be less than 1, kitna hoga? Remaining 130. It should be less than 130. Achha, why I am saying so? Just think once again, listen once again. If it is 170 and it is 130, the gap of 40 is confirmed. V and A gap of 140 is confirmed. But in that case, the remaining two have to have equal values, which is not possible because T is also more than K. That's why I'm saying this is not 170, it is more than 170 and this is less than 130. I hope it is very, very clear, right? This should be certainly more than 170 and this should be less than 130. Now let's try to distribute. I see all the points will be clarified right now because this V minus A had to be 40. This 40 gap we have already seen, but further T also should be more than K, so this should be certainly more than 170. The gap should be more than, the gap between these two values should be more than 40. Simple idea, right? Gap between these two scores, sum of these two and sum of these two should be certainly more than 40. That's how I'm saying this is more than 170 and this is more than 130. Okay, now let's try to look at these individual scores. I'm changing the color so that you can understand what we are getting now. I hope this point is very clear. I have clarified it in best possible manner, by the way. I'm telling once again, listen once again very carefully. We know that V is more than A by 40, right? V is more than A by 40. So if they had 150, 150, so that was not possible for these two to have first, second position. So because V is more than 40 by A, so the 20-20 distributed, so 117-30 was the distribution, right? So 117-30, that means V and A can have a gap of 40, right? But T and K also not having equal values. T is more than K. It confirms that it is not 170, it should be more, right? And this should be less. Same. That's it, right? Okay, let's come back now. We know also this information that these two values are same, right? These two values are same. Let's think what it can be. What it can be. Remember that this total has to be more than 170. Let's keep that thing in mind. So what these two values could be? Can they be 40-40? It may be possible. If I take 40-40 and then this maximum could be 30, 40-40, 80 and 30, that would be how much? 18, 30 is 110, 110 and 40. 110 and 40 would be how much? 110 and 40, 110 and 40 would be 150. And now these two values should be same, right? So 110 and 40 is 150. So 150 तो ये 10 से बड़ा ले लूँगा, 170 से ज़्यादा करना है ना, it could be 20-20. It's possible. It's possible. So if I take them to be 40-40, it's possible. Can I take them to be 30-30? Can I take them to be 30, 30? Let's think again. Let me write, that would be more clear. So if I take 40, 40, that seems to be possible. Or let me go otherwise. If I take that to be 10, 10, if I take this to be 10 and this to be 10, is that feasible? Not feasible, sir. Because what maximum value this can take now? It can't be 40 because they are different. Maximum it can go up to 30. But in that case, 30 plus 10 plus 10, that becomes only 50. And this sum is certainly going to be more than 50. Why? Because these two values are going to be certainly at least 10 10 10 तो वैसे ले चुका हूँ, ज़्यादा ही आने वाला है ना, तो this cannot be at the first position. So 10 10 is not possible for sure, right? So let's avoid this. Let's erase this part. So 10 is not possible. So these two equal values can't be 10 each, right? Let's try the other possible case. Can it be 20? Let's see. If I take this to be 20 and this also 20, is that feasible? Let's verify. Let's try to verify. If this is 20 and 20, 20 plus 20, 40, what this can have maximum value? It could be maximum 30 only, because 40 is already taken and all the numbers in this column, each column is they are different, right? So 20, 20, 40, 14, 30, 70. अगर ये 70 है to have the total sum more than 170, this value, this sum would be more than t, right? So this first second rank could not be justified. So 20, 20 is also not feasible. Okay, erasing that also. This is not possible to be 20. So let's move to the next possible scenario. Now the next possible scenario for these two equal scores, maybe let's try 30, right? So if I take this to be 30 and 30, now can you tell me what could be the maximum value in this second game for this first person? So 30, 30, it can't be 30 because we know that all three can't be same, right? So it has to be different. It can't be 40 because 40 is already occupied. So at max, this could be 20 now. So if I take this to be 20, so 30, 30, 60, 60 and 20, how much? 60 and 20 is 80. So if it is 80, so remaining this value should be more than 90 now, which again will contradict with this condition that this T must be having a better rank 1 and V must be at rank 2. That will not be feasible. It confirms that 40, 40 is the only possible scenario here, right? Okay, going with that. So let me erase first all these things. So this case is not feasible, that we have confirmed. So it has to be certainly 40. So I am putting it with the same confirmed color. So this is certainly 40 and this is also certainly 40. Now again, let's check further cases. So what about this value now? So we don't know right now. I also certainly know that all the 40s are gone, and for V also I need to have two equal values. So certainly these two must be equal, right? These two must be equal. Let's check about these two one and accordingly we will see what it comes out to be. So इन दोनों को equal करना है तो क्या क्या ले सकते हैं? Let's again start with 10. If I take it to be 10, is that feasible? Let's check out. If this is 10, this is 10, that makes it 60. It is not necessary to check for the value because if it is 60, you know that V minus A is 40. So अगर ये 60 है, तो the value of A should be 40 less than that. It should be 20. Is that possible? Not possible. बाबा कम से कम 10 10 तो आना था ना. So 10 is certainly not possible at these two positions. Need to eliminate this. Okay. So I'm removing that. So 10 10 is not possible. I hope it is clear. So if this is 10 10, it becomes total 60. और ये 40 कम करूँगा तो this would be 20, which is not feasible because the minimum score in any of the values is 10. And of course, two 10s are occupied, so it will be certainly more. So यहाँ पर 10 10 possible नहीं है. So what is the next case possible? Let's check for 2020. अच्छा, by the way, I hope you have not missed the point. Why I am taking them to be equal? Remember this case that two numbers must have been same and third one different. So because 40s have already been used, so 40 could not be repeated here. So it must be something else. So that confirms that these two numbers must be same. We have already tried 10 10. Now we are trying 20. Okay, if it is 2020, then what happens? So if it is 2020, so total becomes 80 and 80 minus 40 could be 40. So this sum could be 40. 40 कैसे आ सकता है? 10 10 20 से आ सकता है ना? So it is possible. It is possible. But let's see what happens to this total sum. If this comes out to be total 80 and 80 is 160, तो 160 तो यहाँ पर क्या आ सकता है? This is already 80, so can this be 10? No, it can't be 10 because it should have been more than this. This is already 80. 40, 40, 80 and 10, हाँ 10, 90 चलेगा ना? But if I take it to be 10, तो 90 and 80 would be equal to 170, but I wanted it to be more than 170. So 10 is not feasible here. 20, could it be 20? If I take it to be 20, then it would be how much? 180. Yes, it may be possible. It may be possible. If I take it to be 20, It could be possible if I take it to 30. That also seems maybe, Hannah, Hannah. Yes. It appears to be like that. So let's check both the cases. So it can't be 10, of course, that we have already seen, because if I take it to be 10, then 80 and 90 would be 170, but I wanted this sum to be more than 170. So 10 is not possible. If I take it to be 20, let's check this one. If I take it to be 20, uh, by the way, here we have confirmed, right? It's 2020 only. I forgot that. 10 is not possible. 20 is checking. We are checking the case. 30 also we could check. So this is just we are checking right now, right? It's not confirmed yet. So this is the case we are checking. If it is 2020, which is possible, so in that case, this could not be 10. This could be 20. Let's check. If it is 20, then it comes out to be 100. This comes out to be 100, and this comes out to be 80, which satisfies our this condition. Now, if it is 80, then this must be 40. This must be 40, right? And then how much is this remaining? So 180, this is 180 and 40, 220, and this also comes out to be 80 now. But that is not possible, sir, right? That is not possible because all these players are having different scores, isn't it? 8 at 16 and 16 for 20, 200 and 200. Yes, the sum is fine, but these two can't have equal scores. So if I'm taking that to be 2020, this can't be 20. I hope you understand that. If this is 2020, then this can't be 20. So let's take it something else. Now, only 30 is possible here. Let's check that case. So I'm erasing this part. So this we have taken 2020 only, but now in this case, this can't be 20. It can be 30. Let's see whether it is feasible or not. If I take this to be 30, that total sum becomes 40, 40, 80, and 30, 110. Right? This comes out to be 110. And in that case, this would be how much? I think 70. Let's check out. So 0 is okay, 8 and 19, 19 and 4, 23, and that's, yes, 70. Fine, right? That could be the position. So that satisfies all the constraints so far. 80, 40, there's a gap of 40, and 110 is more than 70, and all are different and in decreasing order also. Okay, so basically they are having different values. Okay, so let's figure out these values. Remember that we are just taking one case right now. We have checked 10, 10, eliminated that. 20, 20 we are checking, and so it is verifying so far. Now other case 30, 30 also we need to try, right? So before confirmation. So but let's see, let's fill this, what happens. So when this is 2020, so now this is 80. Now how to make this 40? How this 40 would be feasible? Can you figure out how this 40 would be feasible? So 40 बनाने के लिए हमें क्या करना होगा? 10, 10, 20 is the only case, isn't it? 10, 10, 20, there is no the possibility. So 20 is already occupied in these two places, so 20 must be here, and the other two values must be 10 each, right? That satisfies. So of course the remaining value, this 10, 20, 40, this is 30 remaining, here 10 is remaining, here 30 is remaining, and again two values are same, one is different, two values same, one different, two values same, one different, two values same, one different. Perfectly fine. This sum also 70. Yes, it exactly matches, right? It exactly matches. So that certainly satisfies all the constraints, right? But as I told you earlier, that this was the case when we started these two to be 2020. They are the same, of course. But now we still have one more case remaining. 10, 10 was eliminated. 40, 40 was not possible because already occupied. Now 30, 30 is also another possibility. Let's check that as well. तो उसको अलग से बनाए क्या? यहीं कर लेते हैं, ठीक है? Remember this 20, 20, 30. या अलग बना लेते हैं. I'm making it separately. Other than erasing it and writing again, it's better to make it separately. So if that also works, we will be having two cases. If that doesn't work, then we already have identified the case, isn't it? So let's make another table. T array. I'm writing it here. So we are having TVKA. The values which we had identified exactly. So let me put that. So game 1, game 2, and game 3. And this is rank 1, rank 2 that already has been identified. This is 40 here, this is 40 here, and this is 40 that has already been identified, right? Now the next case which we wanted to check is that in for Varun's score, for the second ranker, in place of 2020, this could be 30, 30 now. That's another possibility we wanted to check. So let this be 30 and this be 30. And remember that we wanted this sum to be more than 170 and this sum to be less than 130. That was the one constraint which we had already talked about. Okay, let's see if that is feasible. If that is the case, so 30, 30, 60, 60 and 40, 100. This should be more than 100 now then, because this is rank 1. isn't it? 30, 30, 60, 60 and 40, 100. So what maximum value it can take? It can be 30. It can be 30, right? So if it is 30, because that is the only possibility now, right? That is the maximum value possible, and that will keep this sum to be more than this as well. So this comes out to be 80 and 30, 110, and this is 60 and 40, 100. Okay, that satisfies. So this is 110 and this is 100. So it satisfies so far, right? It satisfies so far. But let's check out the further values. Do they also satisfy or not? Okay, let's see. So we want the value of A, this total for A, to be 40 less than V, right? V minus A is 40. So this value of A must be 40 less than that of V. So for V, the total is 100. So 40 less than that would be 60. This must be 60 now, right? And if this is 60, remember the total sum should be 300. So 110 plus 10, 100, that is 210, 210 and 60. 210 and 60 is how much? 210 and 60 is 270. So what is remaining? That's remaining is 30, right? And how 30 is possible? Only way out is that 10, 10, 10. But Babuji, 10, 10, 10 is not allowed because all three values can't be same. So if it is 10, 10, 10, and then this would be 20, 20, 20. So all these things are okay. But because of this constraint that not three numbers could be same, so this case is certainly negated, right? This case is certainly negated. So it is confirmed now. This is the only possible case. That's it, right? That's it. Very nice. So we have identified everything, and yes, all the constraints are satisfied. We have already seen, right? So now we are in a position to answer the questions. But before that, let me rank them. This is rank 1, rank 2, and this is certainly rank 3. This Karun is at rank 3 and Arun is at rank 4. And their individual scores in each game have been identified. Their total scores have been identified. And that's it. That's it, right? Let's look at the questions now. Let's look at the questions now. So the first question on your screen is here. Find the difference in the total scores of Tarun and Karun. So T or K ka total difference. T or K ka difference. T or K. This case is already negative. This is the only case. T is 110, K is 70. So 110 minus 70 is how much? It's 40. Simple question, right? So answer to this first question is 40. So option B is the right answer. Find T or K ka difference. Now moving to second question. It says, what is the score of Varun in game 3? Okay, let's check. Varun in game 3. V in game 3, that is 20, right? So answer to the second question must be 20. That is option D. So this is certainly the right answer. Moving to the third one. What is the difference in scores of Varun and Karun after the first two games? Okay, it's talking only about the first two games, right? So only when first and second game have been played. So what would be the difference in the scores of V and K, right? V and K. Let's check out. Let's check out V and K. For V and K, V total is 60. For K, total is 40, and 60 minus 40 would be how much? Is 20 again. 60 minus 40, that is 20. Okay, so answer to this third question is 20. And here it is. Yes, option B, that is 20. Moving to fourth question. Who scored an overall score of 90 points in the 3 games together? 90 games किसी के आए हैं क्या? Let's check. 90 points, 90 points. I think no one was there. Yes, no one is there. No one is there at the 90 points, right? So no one, right? No one. So this was question number 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yes, so option D, no one should be the right answer. Moving to last question. Who scored 30 points in game 3, right? In game 3 we are talking about. Game 3 में 30, game 3 में 30, game 3 में 30. And in game 3 we have 30 points scored by K, that is Karun, right? So answer would be Karun here. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, it's option A, that is Karun. That's it. Fine. So there are simple questions, sort of Sudoku only, and a very nice exercise would be regularly play Sudoku. Thank you very much.